Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us here in today's special AV Lyric Lounge. We're here in the O2 Arena in London, and I am with the amazing Kevin Madigan. He is our house engineer, but more than that, Kevin is just an amazing talent engineer that handles sound and just makes hit records. But more than that, he's a great friend, and I'm very honored to call him a friend.
Thanks, Andy.
Kevin, I just thank you for just giving me a little bit of giving us a little bit of your time here, in such a great place. This is we're here in, Kevin's land. But I have just a few questions that I've been interested myself in wanting to find out. What got you started with sound? Like, what got you started with, in the beginning, entry of getting you here?
Wow. Yeah, that's quite a long time ago. I just love music. I always, from before I can remember. Always had a huge interest in music and instruments and guitar and stuff like that. And I just ended up wanting music, to work with music. And I certainly was never going to be good enough to be a player. So to get up.
Did you try to play instruments before?
Guitar.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, but I can get a lot of fun out of it.
But you manipulate and make the sound so good. And you know what to put on, instruments and, live sound to studio sound because you're a studio engineer.
As well, yeah.
Did you start with studio sound and then go to live sound?
Kind of the other way around, actually.
Oh, okay.
So doing a lot of work, local sort of gigs in Dublin, where I sort of went to school and grew up there. Lived in the UK, lived here in London for a while as well, working in sound here too.
Yeah.
It was sort of more doing live stuff, and then also learning about, what the studio end of things was as well at the same time. But it was always a lot more of live work, and it more in the last number of years sort of balanced a little bit more for the studio stuff.
And you've cut your teeth with, some of the greatest artists of our time. You've won some Grammys as a mix engineer, right?
Yeah. Well, I've been associated with some of the tracks that I've worked with Manny Marroquin doing the Atmos versions of
Our friend Manny. What's up, Manny? Shout out to Manny.
And some of those have been nominated and have won Grammys for the stereo versions of those tracks.
What an amazing thing to do to do your work and then have them go to basically the highest point of acknowledgement,
right?
In recording and the recording arts and stuff. Who were some of your mentors or engineers that you follow that you love their work?
For live stuff, there's a good friend of mine who is an Australian engineer and has worked with so many top acts from way back. And he used to live in London here as well, John Lemon. John, just killer mix engineer, and learned a lot from John. He always had, some good advice to give about how to progress and what to do and listen for and things like that.
For some of our listeners who are, engineers or, tech geeks like myself, can you just say maybe what are some of the first things you do when you come in and you listen to a room?
Oh, yeah. I mean, and of course it changes every day. We have, variable acoustics that we have to deal with every day, and we come in and we have very advanced tools to set up sound systems now. So we have a lot of planning that goes into that ahead of time.
Right.
So we optimize ahead of time the system designs that we come in and deploy then. And with that, we have brilliant system engineers that help optimize the system and make it work the best it can in the room in terms of reproducing frequencies evenly and in the way we want to hear the music be. played, and we listened to tracks that we're familiar with and how that's responding in the room. It could be anything from something that you're familiar with, or maybe just even shouting on a microphone, just listening to a voice. And we have a kind of a virtual sound or virtual sound check that we can do every day. So the show that you guys did in Manchester 2 nights ago, I will listen to that back in the room today, this morning, before you guys come in.
Okay.
So I get an idea of how our music is going to sound like in this room. Of course, can be quite a bit different, empty to full, and we keep an eye on that.
That changes.
It does. When the audience comes in, I mean, there's going to be 20-something thousand people in here tonight. It's going to change. We're dealing with empty plastic seats, and that's going to be fairly reflective. And sometimes, we get an improvement when the audience comes in, as it kind of absorbs more sound and helps to calm the reflections down a little bit. So we take that all into account when we're listening to stuff, and there's so much you can do, but you have to be realistic about what's achievable and what's going to change when an audience comes in. And we're just going for a consistency, that things sound great, you guys sound great coming off the stage, and that everything is distinctly clear and powerful.
Well, everyone that comes to our show, everyone says, like, there's not a change in this phrase. The sound was so good.
Well, that's really great to hear.
I'm serious. From House of Blues to all of the venues, House of Blues Las Vegas, where Santana has a residency, to our live venues, they're affected, and what we do on stage, really help bring that across to the audience. And from what I see, it's not just like in the studio, 2 speakers, and doing a little mixing and stuff in there, but for a live setting, are your choices of units kind of like your secret weapons?
There's a few things, yeah.
Is there one that you'd be willing to share that our tech geeks would love to hear?
I mean, one of the things that we've more recently started using is a Neve unit called a Master Bus Transformer. And that adds some color, compression, and EQ, and some stereo widening to the signal as well. And it helps us get back to maybe even, almost an analog kind of feel to what we're sending out into the PA, and just that a little bit extra, harmonic warmth. And it just, we tried out the prototype, and we said, well, we're not giving it back. That's it. So that's been one of the really cool things that we've come up with, that the guys at Neve have come up with.
And is that just for live sound, or
no, that's a very popular studio
in studio.
Yeah, super popular for that since it's come out. It's really a little magic thing from the guys that we need. Roofer Neve Designs. Yeah. But
we're talking the tip of the top, and all my studio nerds know what we're talking about here. But would you be willing to share some of the names of some of the artists you've worked with and in studio and live for our audience?
Yeah, of course. We're here, Carlos Santana, and so that's a pretty very high start, right up there. Before that, I worked a long time for Crosby, Stills and Nash, and sometimes Neil Young. And so that was for quite a while. That was really a great thing to be involved with. Again, just classic music that we've all grown up with, and it's just some fantastic musicians work that were there in the band, as well as the principal guys. So they were pretty iconic.
And in the studio recently, what you were nominated for this last year?
We've done so much Atmos tracks in the last 4 years, yeah. So there's Kendrick Lamar was a highlight. That was a couple of years ago that we did quite a bit of work for Kendrick on the last album. Lizzo another great one. The list goes on. The 1975. Yeah, we had just so many great clients that are Manny's clients and Laraby's clients that we've just been so lucky to be able to work with. And
Yeah, the amazing Manny Marroquin. We've blessed also and grateful to call him a friend as well, and his family, and known him for so many years. But how many Grammys does he have? He has over 18.
I think he's running out of space.
He's running out of space for the Grammys. I wasn't asked to borrow one and do like a loan just so I could have it there and visualize, to get one. But well, and now how about for your future? Are there things that you want to do, moving forward, or would it be another band, or would it be something else within maybe designing your own unit or something?
Well, yeah, I mean, being involved with music at this level is just fantastic, and being able to do it and continue to do this for live music is just, I don't see an end to that, It's fantastic to be able to work with Carlos and you guys, and that's a joy for me and for the audience that comes in every night, because you can see it. It's an emotional connection to the songs, and the way that you guys put it out, brings that old connection back again, and that's quite a special thing for them, and for us to be able to be a part of bringing that music to them.
Yeah, and we have Michael Carabello, the original percussionist who played in the original Santana band with Carlos and Woodstock, playing with us, here in Europe, and he's such a blast, such an amazing person, talented player, and has all the stories. Oh my gosh!
Oh yeah,
has all the stories. And I told him, and I continually tell Carlos, how blessed and grateful I am to sing those songs that they recorded at that time and now, and bring that across to a whole new generation. Yeah, with the originals involved, and have played with most of the original band. Has been pretty amazing, to be a part of this legacy. And here we are, in London, and we leave the band actually as the crew closes shop. The band moves on. We go to Paris and we continue our tour. You'll probably be watching this after our tour's, close to wrapping up. But, this is Kevin Madigan, and we, are so happy to have you with us here. We've got a pretty cool following now, people that watch us and stuff. And I want to keep on bringing everything that I'm doing to you guys. So Kevin, thank you so much for your time, and sharing a little bit of you, here. And, hopefully we get to see some of you guys at one of our Santana shows soon.
Yeah, stop by.
All right. AV Lyric Lounge. Peace.